Boyer, Dick Powell, David Niven, Ida Lupino. Brought to you by your neighborhood Singer Sewing Centers from coast to coast and the more than 32,000 members of the Singer organization who make, sell, and service Singer sewing machines for both industry and the home. Remember, Singer sells its products and services only through its company-owned Singer Sewing Centers, identified by the Singer and Red S trademarks on the storefront.
The subway at night, empty, lonely. The great crush is over. The multitudes have long since been hurtled through the dark tunnels from their work to the safety and warmth of their homes. And now only the tired few, the lonely ones, still wait on the dimly lit platforms far beneath the pavements of the city. People thrown together for a brief moment in time, waiting for their lonely ride through the night.
Well, well, the boys in blue. Ain't that too bad they missed their train? Now the question is, which one of us are they after? Which one of us parked his car in a loading zone?
Yeah, that's the only thing that would get him out this time of night. Hey, how about this radio playing so clear in the subway? It's got a gadget in it. A friend of mine. Can make a fortune with it.
Bet there are millions of people just dying to play the radio in the subway.
No, what? The police. Listen, we should all go up in front and tell the motorman to stop the train. Stop the train right now. I think I know who the police are looking for.
Turn that off.
So the police are looking for somebody, so what? Ain't they always?
Wherever they're looking. He, she.
Thank you, doll. I didn't think you'd noticed.
Well, whoever it is they are looking for. Got about 12 minutes before we pull into Union Square.
12 minutes? You can live a lifetime in 12 minutes. You can die in 12 minutes. You can wash the world and hang it up to dry in 12 minutes.
Bet you can't sober up in 12 minutes.
You can shake the universe until it hollers uncle. You can change the destiny of generations yet unborn. Or you can take a little nap, which is far more sensible.
We should go up in front and tell the motorman to stop the train immediately. The police...
What's the matter, mister? You object to the poor sucker having his 12 minutes.
Don't any of you know who they're looking for?
You tell us.
Well, it was on the radio just about a half hour ago. That terrible murder. Haven't any of you heard?
Well, go on, friend.
Barnes is the name. J.F. Barnes. They brought every available police officer in the city to this area. My wife begged me not to leave the house. She was so upset, but we have an inventory tonight. 2 people. First a man and then a woman. Hacked to death in the alley behind the bus station.
It's getting so you just can't. Hey, that's only a couple of blocks from where we got on this train.
Yes. And it's very possible... Well, we're the only ones that got on the train at Roscoe Street. The police must have been after one of us.
One of us?
Any ideas, Mr. Barnes, or shall we make a lottery out of it?
We must go to the motorman and have him stop the train.
Why?
Why? Well, what if one of us is the killer?
What if one of us is?
Look, the cops are running after something.
Yeah, they had their guns out. They were ready to shoot.
All right, what if one of us is?
I can't understand your attitude at all.
Look, suppose we do stop the train. What'll we gain? This train is just like a prison right now. Nobody can get into it, nobody can get out of it. We're heading for the tunnel under the river. In about 9.5 minutes, we'll pull into Union Square. Now, if we all just take it nice and easy, the time will pass and the chances are that nothing will happen.
Yes, but a maniac. He's not responsible for his actions.
And if he's here, the police have this train spotted. They'll meet him at the station, won't they?
That's right.
By stopping the train now, we'll only force him into taking action, and maybe he doesn't want to do any more killing than he has to.
Ah, civilization, what sins are committed in thy name?
Well, why should he want to kill us? He wouldn't want to kill us.
Are you suggesting that we just stand here and pretend like we're taking a nice, safe, sane ride?
That's what I mean.
Well, I'll vote for that.
Only you don't have to stand, Mr. Barnes. You can sit down.
Me?
Yeah, why don't you put the radio on? Put the radio on.
Sure.
What's your name?
George Higgins.
I'm Carol. You been down to the beach with that today?
Yeah. Listen to the ball game.
You sure got yourself quite a sunburn, didn't you? Does it hurt?
No, not much. Just kind of stiff.
I think that's crazy to get a sunburn like that. If you've got some lotion on your beach bag, I'll rub it on your back for you.
Shut up. Shut up!
What's that? What is it?
Just changing tracks.
Sure. Sometimes the lights go out.
This is your madcap merrymaker, Mary Mal Maskin. We'll spin our next platter in a moment, cats, but we've got a news bulletin from the press room first. 11:45 p.m. The police have now found the knife believed used by the homicidal maniac who killed 2 persons behind the bus depot in Brooklyn tonight. The knife is being examined for fingerprints that might lead to the killer's identity. The police department has also requested that we repeat our earlier description of the suspected killer as furnished by a witness. The description...
Hey!
We don't want to hear the description, do we? We don't want to know which one of us is the killer, do we?
I wish I took a cab.
Now, look, we've only got another 6 or 7 minutes. Let's all relax. Let's not start hating each other.
Why not? Why should we be the exceptions? It's a world movement.
Sure.
What's with you, anyway?
I'm a product of my time. A gentle soul in the age of the atom.
Gentle soul. Wino.
The wino who was a man.
A man? When? In 1870?
We are all creatures of the night, huddled together in our womb of fear. We have pity, but only for ourselves.
Creatures of the night. Just what do you mean by that remark? I'm an actress, see? And I can prove it.
When did you stop pitying others, friend?
When I stopped loving others.
Ha! Look at the lover.
And now?
Now I merely exist, doing what I must to stay alive and watching the dance of death.
Now you feel nothing for others?
Nothing.
Not even hate?
Hate? For these ridiculous fools? Much too fine an emotion. Look at them. This Eden built for them by the Lord. This paradise, this jewel, this loveliness. And look what they've made of it. A slaughterhouse dripping with blood. How the Lord must anger. I need a drink.
Think a stick man, if you ask me.
Easy now, take it easy.
Well, why doesn't he stop shooting off his mouth? You know what he is? He's a blabbermouth hypocrite.
Well.
Talking about Eden and sinning and all that sort of thing. Yeah, and I know just who you were directing your conversation to. I'm not such a fool. I wasn't born yesterday. Creature of the night, huh? Who do you think you're talking to? And what makes you so lily-white anyway? Answer me that.
Oh, Carol, lay off him, Carol. It just ain't worth it.
Oh, ain't it?
Sure, it's worth it. It's good for her.
I know all about these puritanical hypocrites. I could tell you plenty of stories. And if you asked me who I thought the killer was, you know what I'd say? You old bum. I could just see it. Standing in the alley, watching the sinners in their dance of death. I can just see you enjoying something like that. And listening to that sinful music with its hot licks. I'll bet that kind of stirred you up a little, didn't it, you old hypocrite? Got your blood? Made you kind of dizzy watching the dances that way, didn't it?
What'd you do that for? What'd you do that for, huh? She's a woman. He shouldn't have done anything like that. She's a woman.
Sure, now settle down.
Here we are, all cooped up with a homicidal maniac. We don't need much provoking to send him off his rocker.
What do you mean?
You kind of let loose, didn't you?
She was hysterical.
You were a little hysterical yourself.
Well, it's like he said. It was just dangerous the way she was talking. Enough to send the killer into a rage.
It was enough to send you into a rage, all right. Hitting a woman. Oh, you got
So we don't have to wait. What do we have to wait for? We can tell the motorman to...
Can we?
Sure. That radio broadcast. They said they found the killer's weapon. Well, if he's unarmed and he tries something, he wouldn't get very far. It'd be 4 against 1.
See, well, that's right.
I'm going to go up and tell the motorman to pull up. There must be other people in the other cars, too. We could... Stop it.
It's probably just a signal stop. I mean, to let another train go by.
Careful. The Prince of Darkness is among us.
Someone is moving.
Just stay where you are, everybody. Just stay where you are. Still going for the motorman?
We're stalled. We're not moving.
I think perhaps you'd better wait.
Why?
Our killer isn't unarmed any longer.
What?
Looks like something's missing.
Yeah. The axe.
Okay. Okay, look for yourself.
Let's have it.
I had the axe.
You?
Yes. No. It isn't me. I took the axe to defend myself. To defend us. Even if he is unarmed, a homicidal maniac can have superhuman strength.
You took the axe to defend us, huh?
Yes. Yes, don't you understand? Now we're all right. Now we can control him.
Control who?
The killer. I know who it is. I know who the killer is.
I don't think you make too good a guardian right now, Mr. Barnes. Let me have that axe.
Stay away from me! playing with us like children, using us one against the other, working on us so cleverly, like a surgeon with a scalpel. The brilliance of a sick mind.
You don't sound any too healthy yourself right now. Come on, George.
No. Let him talk.
Like putty in his hands, the way he used us. Right off from the very beginning, telling us not to try to stop the train. And we didn't. And then when the radio was on, and it was about to give a description of the killer, he turned it off and we let him.
That's right.
Yes. All right. Who are you? What do you do?
Oh, now look.
What is your line of work, and what were you doing in Brooklyn?
Oh, that should get a laugh. What were you doing in Brooklyn?
But you don't answer him.
Yeah. You talk all around it, but you don't answer him. What were you doing in Brooklyn, mister?
I was on an assignment. I'm a newspaper man.
Newspaper man? A reporter?
That's right.
Then how come you didn't know about the murders?
Yeah. How come?
There's no way I could have known. I was on an interview. I don't carry a portable radio around with me. Now that axe.
Stay away. Now, Mr. Reporter, Mr. Fake Reporter, we've got you. You're not so clever after all.
Now look, you're all getting hysterical. You're acting like idiots. You make a fine lynching party right now. It's just the way it starts. Through stupidity and jumping to conclusions and thinking twisted by fear. Don't you understand?
How pretty you talk, Mr. Reporter.
No prettier than you, my friend, but with a lot more sense.
I don't hear any sense. Not from you. Twisting us around your finger the way you did.
Maybe it makes sense to Mr. Barnes. He has a precise sort of mind. Look at the way he's built up this case against me. And the wheels and cogs are whirring round and round in his brain right now. Go ahead, Mr. Barnes. Tell them the difference between hate and fear. Oh, he's not going to tell you. And you know why? Because there isn't any difference. Not right now, there's not. He's made you afraid of me, so now you hate me. And hate is getting pretty close to violence, isn't it?
Go on. Talk. Try to talk yourself out of it. Won't do you any good, but go ahead.
It did Mr. Barnes some good. He's talked you into thinking that I'm the killer. Now, look, we're stalled here. We're waiting for the right of way. I don't think anyone should have that axe.
Don't you try anything. Don't you dare.
Maybe the real killer will try something.
I think we've got the real killer. I think Mr. Barnes is right. I've been suspicious of you from the beginning.
Have you, George? That's very clever of you. What were you doing in Brooklyn tonight?
I went to the beach today.
The sun doesn't shine at night, George. What were you doing tonight?
I visited.
Till 11:30?
Yeah. I ate with a friend. A girl.
How about you?
I was out dancing.
Out dancing? Where? What happened to your escort?
He got fresh. I mean, we had an argument.
A violent argument?
What do you mean by that?
What was his name?
It's none of your business.
Probably not. How about you, my friend?
What about me?
What were you doing tonight? In Brooklyn? What were you doing in Brooklyn?
Well, this train is my hotel room. I sleep here. I ride from Coney Island to 42nd Street, and from 42nd Street back to Coney Island. I try to grab a little shut-eye along the way.
Sure, only you didn't get on at Coney Island. You got on with us, just ahead of the police.
Maybe you are a reporter. You use words like one. Or a lawyer, the way you twist things around to suit yourself. What are you trying to prove with me?
That you might be the killer? And so might you, Mr. Barnes. You said that your wife didn't want you to leave the house tonight.
You can't trap me with words. I don't care what you say.
Is that so? It's too bad you had to make inventory over at your place tonight. But isn't that rather a peculiar time to take inventory almost at 12 o'clock at night? Which one of us couldn't be the killer? Oh, I can't make you stop and think, can I? You've all got this hate in you. You're all hysterical with fear. I did think the best thing for us to do was to wait until the train got in, the police would be there, and that'd be the end of it. Now, I don't think so. Maybe the killer won't wait. With his nerves jumping, he might suddenly lash out with that axe. And I can't just sit here and let that happen, can I?
Talk, talk, talk. You'll not talk yourself out of this.
One bit of logic you left out. The killer can't afford to wait until we get to the station where the cops are waiting. He's got to do something before we get there, don't you?
Don't start nothing, mister.
No way I'm going to take that axe away from you, don't you, Mr. Barnes?
I'll defend myself. Look out, Barnes! I warn you!
You know why, don't you, Barnes? Because you might be the killer. And so might our philosophical friend here, or Muscles. And I have been homicidal. And when there's a killer and a loose axe on the same train as me, I had to protect society, don't I?
Now, what I say goes. Now, get back. We're moving. We'll be in the station pretty soon. All right. All right. I'm not Barnes here. Just move an inch toward me. I'll crush your skull for you.
The kangaroo court. Taking justice into his own bloody hands.
You talk about blood.
Stupid, stupid people.
Just take it easy.
I'm not going to take it easy, George, because you might be the killer, too.
We're coming in. Say, the cop. The cop's there. We've got him. We've got the maniac.
What maniac? Oh, what's up?
Officer, we've got him. The man who killed 2 people in Brooklyn.
What are you doing with that axe?
Protecting ourselves.
Well, somebody could get hurt with this.
Well, he's the fellow you're looking for. He's the...
The only thing I'm looking for is the train to Grand Central.
But the killer.
Killer? If you're talking about that bus station killer, he was caught over in Brooklyn 15 minutes ago, right near the Roscoe Street subway station.
Then he isn't the killer.
Thanks, officer.
I'm sorry.
We sure were all wet, weren't we? I really didn't think.
I'm sure you didn't, George. I'm sure you didn't really think.
In the end, I was right, huh?
Right, friend?
It's not a nice feeling having your nose rubbed in the ugliness. To finally face the great truth that all your shining dreams and great hopes are empty and meaningless. That at best, all we've added to the jungle is inside plumbing.
Maybe there is something else. They were all ashamed of themselves, weren't they?
That's because they're not objective. They're not spectators of the dance of death.
Oh, you are a spectator, huh? It seemed to me that you were jigging around with the rest of them. What right have you got to be so cynical? Why do you expect them to be so much better than you are yourself? They were all sorry, friend. There's some hope in that. That's the one point you miss in your philosophy. And that's what makes you the one phony of the whole bunch.
Must have been a pretty rugged going there with that bunch, huh?
We've only been on this earth a short while, officer. Just give us about another 1,000,000 years, and maybe we'll be worthy of the place.
Well, there's no real harm in them.
No? Officer, have a nice ride.